Whitetail Insights, brought to you by the QDMA, the Quality Deer Management Association, ensuring the future of whitetail deer.
Well, we all know that a whitetail senses are probably some of the best anywhere in the woods, but how does that deer tie together that sight, sound, and smell all into one in his daily life?
You know, there's a lot of research right now looking at exactly how that fits in and what deer do. And we know now very clearly that deer hear, their sense of hearing is actually very similar to ours. You know, they hear at about the same rate that we do, but the difference is they tend to be a lot more tuned in to the sounds they hear. So that definitely plays into them, but their sense of hearing is not a lot different than ours. Their sense of sight is different, but it's not necessarily better from our end. And in that, deer see very differently than we do. How we can focus specifically on something, like I can look at your shirt or your eyes. Deer don't have the visual acuity that we have. But what that means is they have a really wide pupil, so when they look and scan the horizon, they see a big picture all at once, and they're monitoring for any movement that goes on in it. So even though they can't focus on a specific piece of any of that, anywhere all the way across here, if something moves, they lock on it immediately. So they use that to definitely detect any type of movement in a tree stand or a blind or anything from a predation end that may hurt them.
So it's more just different from ours.
It's very different
to be survival for them, right?
That's right. Yeah, it fits very well with how they live. So even though it's not necessarily better than ours, it's just very different and it suits them well.
Better for them.
Better for them. Absolutely better for them. Now the third one of those, that sense of smell, even though their hearing is about the same and vision is different, their sense of smell is way better than ours. Far, far better. And the reason being, you know, people think the nose is on the end. Well, actually a deer's nose, where it can detect smell, is not just the end. It goes all the way up, you know, the whole length of their face, and it's curved such that inside so that the number of receptors they have to smell is just infinitely greater than ours. So what that means is that is really the most important sense for a deer, how they find food in most cases. You know, we think of them looking through here and finding apples or acorns or something to eat. They're not finding them by sight, they're finding them by smell. So almost everything that a deer does and drives him, food related, predator avoidance, all of that is all driven off that sense of smell. And so that's why we spend so much time as hunters trying to beat that part of it, because it is just so advanced over ours.
Well, a big part of their life is processed through their nose.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they have done some testing where they look at how good we can smell versus how good a bloodhound or some dogs can smell, or beagles, and then deer are even off the charts above what a good dog can do.
This Whitetail Insight is brought to you by the Quality Deer Management Association. Become a member and ensure the future of whitetail deer.